What the fuck is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of the 1% Better podcast. I'm your host, Matthew Mazza, and for those of you who don't know, I come on YouTube every Wednesday and every Sunday to bring you guys some motivation. And how I do that is just by reading from John Maxwell's The Daily Reader. I go through the daily devotional and give you my intake on it. So hopefully that brings you, like I said, some motivation, give you some light into your day, so that way you guys can accomplish the goals and things that you need to accomplish in the day. So just to give you a little recap for those of you who have been following me, I do want to first of all say thank you to those who have been watching my videos, supporting me, friends, family. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. And go ahead and like, subscribe this video, and comment down below anything you guys would like to see. Back to the recap, though. We just finished day 24, 75 hard. It was only 2 o'clock when I finished it. I got off early from work today because I got to drop Drake, my dog, off at the dog boarding facility before I fly out to Atlanta to see my nephew Aiden graduate high school. So very excited for that. Very excited to get out of Austin for a little bit and back to Atlanta for a short period of time to spend time with friends and family and, celebrate a great thing. But let's go ahead and jump into it. So today is May 24th. Let me get my camera focus. There we go. May 24th. It says, breaking free of failure. Business professors Gary Hamel and C.K. I'm going to go ahead and say C.K. Prelahad have written about an experiment that was conducted with a group of monkeys. 4 monkeys were placed in a room that had a tall pole in the center. Suspended from the top of that pole was a bunch of bananas. One of the hungry monkeys started to climb the pole to get something to eat, but as he reached out to grab a banana, he was doused with a torrent of cold water. Squealing, he scampered down the pole and abandoned his attempt to feed himself. Each monkey made a similar attempt, and each one was drenched with cold water. They finally gave up. Then researchers removed one of the monkeys from the room and replaced him with a new monkey. As the newcomer began to climb the pole, the other 3 grabbed him and pulled him down. After trying to climb the pole several times and being dragged down by the others, he finally gave up. The researchers replaced the original monkeys one by one, and each time a new monkey was brought in, he would be dragged down by the others before he could even reach the bananas. In time, the room was filled with monkeys who had never received a cold shower. None of them would climb the pole, but none of them knew why. Unfortunately, people who have gotten used to failure can be a lot like those monkeys. They make the same mistakes again and again, yet they're never quite sure why. Failing forward. If you are on the failure freeway, get off by trying something new. So if you guys have ever heard this quote, it was taught to me quite a while ago. You know, doing the same thing and expecting a different result is the true definition of insanity, right? If you guys are trying to accomplish your goals and you're taking action, but let's just say you're doing the same thing over and over and over and it's not getting you any closer to what you want to do, then obviously we got to look for other ways and other avenues to accomplish that goal, because what we're doing isn't working, right? The true definition of insanity, like I said, is doing the same things but expecting a different result. So we got to try something new. Like I was explaining to one of my sales guys at the dealership today, because he is somebody who's very coachable and he listens a lot. But a lot of the times, it's not changing the process of what they do. It's just tweaking their steps, the things that they're doing within the steps of the process to help them succeed more. And that's what I was kind of going over with him, right? I was like, you're doing the right things. You're getting in front of customers, taking action and doing all that. But maybe there's something we can tweak a little bit in the process so that way you can sell more cars, make a little bit more money, and benefit your life more. So how I told him he could do that, right, is build more rapport, right, with the customer first to make sure that he knows everything about who he's selling to before he goes out and shows them a car. Also, what that does is it provides him all the answers and knowledge that he needs to know for the customer to be able to sell the car better, because if he knows the customer and he knows the product very well, he could put 2 and 2 together and give them a world-class presentation of the car and make selling them a vehicle a lot easier. So I remember for me, that was the same thing. My issue was early thinking I knew it all. And when I started doing Matt's process instead of the dealership's process, I wasn't doing as well. And I couldn't figure it out why. Because obviously I knew it all. So obviously I didn't need to grow anymore at that point in time is what I thought. But in reality, it was just tweaking it back to doing the original process. So guys, I strongly urge you to just, if you're having a tough time, you keep running into the same mistakes, use your resources around you of those who aren't making those mistakes and who are succeeding, and see what they're doing, and maybe just fine tune what you're doing a little bit closer to what they're doing, so that way you can succeed with them, right? Knowledge is given and received by other people. It's by interaction, right? Like I said in the last video, we won't fail because of our lack of resources. We fail for our lack of resourcefulness, right? We have to take the initiative. It's okay to take imperfect action, and it's okay to fail, but you'll never truly lose at a failure if you make this, if you don't make the same mistake twice. The only time you really lose when you fail is if you make the same mistake twice, because you're not learning from that mistake. So you're not really growing, right? So, if in the gym I want to lose weight, but all I'm doing is I'm going to the gym and making that, step towards that, but when I get home, I'm eating pizza, I'm eating ice cream, shit I shouldn't fucking eat. That's not helping me. But then I look in the mirror and I'm like, why am I a fat piece of shit? Like, it's obvious because I'm not doing the things I'm supposed to be doing. But when I fine tune my diet and understand that with hard work in the gym also comes with hard work in the the kitchen, then I can accomplish the things I want for my physical appearance. So there's so many things that we can relate to this and just in our own personal lives, right? If there's a conversation that you're having with a loved one, think about it like this. If you just cannot seem to get what you're trying to get across in the conversation, your point across in the conversation, in the way you're trying to do it, then obviously you're not doing it in a way that's conducive to not only you, but the person you're trying to converse with. So obviously we've got to take a step back and understand, maybe I need to do it a different way. Maybe I need to, take a step back, take 5-minute break from this conversation, come back in a different manner, and come back with a different approach. That way I can win, right? So it's just understanding a lot of the things that are going on, having the information in front of you, so that way you can use the resources to be successful. I think it's pretty cut and dry with this one. If we're not doing, if we're trying to accomplish a goal and we're not getting there, we need to change it up. We need to try something different, right? So, that's really all I got for that. Like I said, it's cut and dry for me, but I appreciate you guys. I got to go ahead and get this dog ready to go to this boarding facility, and I got to get packed up because I haven't even fucking packed. But enjoy the rest of your week. I will see you guys on Sunday. Thank you guys so much for following and watching these videos. I appreciate it so much. I hope you guys, have a great weekend, crush the rest of your week, end it strong, and find ways to get 1% better. Thank you all so much.